Check the mic, we're going live. Stories told, they rise and dive. Topics fresh with every spin. You won't guess what's coming in. Every week a new surprise. Minds awake, never lies. Conversations bold and free. Tune in now, just wait and see. This podcast is uncalled for. Catch us here, there's so much more. Laughs and tales you can't ignore. A journey that will leave you floored. In the night or in the day, just press play, we're on our way. Voices sharp, opinions bright, talking through the day and night. Guests and hosts in perfect blend. You won't want this ride.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Christmas 2024 edition of the podcast. Just want to get something out there for the holiday and all that. And so let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with, all right. All right. So screen sharing. Let's start with our stats. So as you can see right here, as of this moment, we are at 22,419 downloads for the entire podcast. Now, my plan is, unless it is absolutely essential to release right away, we will start releasing season 9 when we get to 25,000. And we are currently 2,581 downloads away. I know we can do this. So let's get to downloading. Let's share the podcast with our friends. We still have a week to go, of course, in this month and this calendar year. So we can definitely bring this number up to 151. 37 in the last 7 days. Trying not to suck a dick on the way through the parking lot. Now, which episodes do we need the most help with? Well, and so here, here we go at 17. Where the players dwell, the official podcast drinking game. Only 17 downloads on this episode. I know we can do better than that, and not a single episode bonus or otherwise is now below 20, except for that one. So please do that one, and plan more at 20. I could use some more. And at the other end of the spectrum, these are our top downloaded pieces of media. Starting off, of course, with that little song they put on there, Laura. Then Stories Untold 1 remains our most downloaded episode. Stories downloaded 2. Then Brian, his first time on the podcast. The Ghost Stories. Pat, first episode ever. Am Sadiq, that's I'm Being Tricky. Cronky Outs, and Chris Lyman. Now, in terms of where in the world people are downloading from, well, let's take a look at our handy dandy little map. This is all time right here. is the United States, our home country, in the way with 17,500. Then India is next, followed by France, Germany, Spain, Ireland, Singapore, uh, the UK, Belgium, and Canada are not too far behind. Now, let's focus on the US specifically. Ohio is our is the state that's given us the most downloads, followed by Oregon. Then our two states, Kansas and Missouri, are next. Virginia and Colorado, all with over 1,000. So let's keep that up. So really, really cool. Um, of course, this being a Kansas City based podcast. Oh yeah, we gotta share this. So this is Spotify does this thing every year with the the uh well you've been listening to over a calendar year, and just like this podcast, T Swift has popped up frequently uh, on my Spotify. She's number one, and all five of the songs are hers. Numbers 4 and 5 are notable because they include friends of the podcasts. Anything with Joey, that was Jeff Palachek, and Sweet Caroline, that is Caroline. So that's pretty cool to see. All right. So what's going on? Um, well, first of all, I'm pleasantly surprised we were able to get 2 seasons worth of the podcast done in the past calendar year, and we're still working. I'll try reach out again soon for some more guests and all that. I've been lazy and I've been busy. Um, uh, yeah, I'll leave it at that. You don't need to hear any more about car issues. Um, they s- they still exist, unfortunately. Um, and of course, just been busy with work. We just got to move into a new office a couple months ago. Um, which for our upcoming guests, especially if you're in the Kansas City area, uh, I do have to go ahead to use our office for recording podcasts. So if you want to stop by, well, let me know first of all, and then we'll go from there. Um, I am happy to report that I've been given the okay to volunteer at Planet Comic Con in March. Planet Comic Con is the big sci-fi convention here in KC. They did make it clear that when I'm doing work for the convention, it will not be for the podcast, and that's fine. That's their rule. I will respect their rule. I think I focus on doing what needs to be done. Now, in terms of doing work for the podcast, well, uh, we'll we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes, but there will be no active recording while I am at the convention. Um, as for KC Fringe for 25, the The call for entries is January 1st, and I'm still not sure if we're going to do it again this year. I am definitely going to volunteer again this year, but I don't know if we're going to try to do do another program this year. We may wait another year. And so, but it's something I'm still actively uh, considering for this coming year. We'll see what happens. Like I said, if we do decide to do it again this year, we got to do a better job getting the word out. No, man. All right. So I have had lots of things to talk about uh, to add to our proceedings right now, and then uh, bit of health news because I have shared health news on the podcast. I did speak with my doctor a few days ago. I'm supposed to go tomorrow for for lab work, so trying to think of blood. I managed to get my blood pressure back to somewhat normal. Yay! And I've managed to lose 25 pounds in the past calendar year. So that's encouraging as well. Like I said, we won't be releasing anything for season 9 until we get to 25. Excuse me. Until we get to 25K. And to help us out with that's you guys. Uh, if you're not already listening to the podcast, please do so. And share it with your friends as well. Tell your friends about it. I would recommend actually downloading the podcast, not going to YouTube to do that because YouTube has a different set of numbers altogether. I'll be posting this to YouTube as well. This video that you're watching. There's still a lot of topics I would love to talk about, and I'm same with my long-term goals as well, including but not limited to. Uh, I would be interested in doing something for the 30-year reunion in a couple of years in 27. So keep an eye out for that. I would. I definitely want to get to 200 episodes. So we're slowly but surely getting there. And I want this podcast lasting long enough that I can start inviting my nieces and nephew on with it without having to ask their parents' permission, of course. Penny is now 12, so that's 6 years away for her. So I would, at the very least, like to get Penny on the podcast at some points. But again, yeah, have to wait until she's old enough to make that decision for herself without parental consent. 'Cause at this point, they don't want her listening to the podcast because I'm a potty mouth. Um, in fact, they were just up here this past weekend, the whole family. It's amazing how much Penny has grown in the past year, especially. And I think it's cool. She's getting ready to take a intro to broadcasting class at her school. And yeah, just so she's able to do some really cool stuff in that class. And hope she enjoys it. She does have to work on her English a little bit, especially if she wants to get into broadcasting and performing overall. So, and then that's Grayson. I learned in addition to playing baseball, um, is really into Pokemon. Nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, I was doing when Pokemon first came out here in the States, learning Japanese. And little Heidi is little Heidi. Still a long ways to go. But I'm proud of those kids, and I'm proud to be their uncle. No, that's and I highly doubt they're even listening to this again. Their parents don't want them uh, watching anything with too many swear words or any at all, really. But I love you guys, and I think I was going to do it unless someone's called in, and I don't think anyone is calling in. That's that's okay too. I put the call out this morning. Um, half I'm not expecting anyone to call in, but certainly leaving the door open for anyone who wanted to. And that's fine too. All right, I think I'll go and close this. I'll post the video right away and do a little bit of work with the audio, and we go from there. So we'll talk to you guys next time.
Please support the podcast and purchase our exclusive Uncalled For merchandise. T-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, and so much more. Go to www.cafepress.com/uncalledforpod. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next time.